Hello and welcome to NBP Hotseat with Ibrahim Ababu. As an introduction to our upcoming African Nuclear Business Platform 2023 this March in Kampala, hosted by the Government of Uganda, we are pleased to welcome to NBP Hotseat Dr. Akisophel Kisolo, who is the chairperson of Uganda Atomic Energy Council. Dr. Kisolo helped nurture the Atomic Energy Council into a competent national regulator in the Africa region. In parallel with his current role, Dr. Kisolo is a member of the steering committee of the Forum of Nuclear Regulatory Bodies in Africa, FNRBA, representing the Eastern Africa region. Welcome, Dr. Kisolo. Glad to see you again.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Ibrahim. It's a pleasure to meet you again, and more so to talk to you about the next forthcoming Afra Business Nuclear Platform due to be held in Kampala. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thanks to you, all the pleasure to us. So starting with the basics, can you briefly tell us about AEC's background and mandate?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ibrahim. Now, AEC is the national regulatory body in Uganda. It was established by the Act of Parliament in 2008. So between 2009, our staffing level in Atomic Energy Council has grown from about 5 staff at the beginning to now about 60. So the number has gone up. And our activities are also diversified now. Almost is to regulate peaceful applications of atomic energy in the country, which give details or mandate to the main law, which are within the Atomic Energy Act. Also, many of the standards and codes of practice, which is one of our key mandates. The next mandate is to provide safety for workers, safety for the society and the environment. So we are doing this by authorizing, issuing licenses and permits. And at the moment, we are licensing or authorizing over 400 operators. We are also mandated to regulate the promotion and development of nuclear power programs in the country. The Nuclear Energy Department now is our arm of government, which has been mandated with promoting applications of nuclear energy, nuclear power program in the country. And we are also building capacities for effectively regulating them. So that is our mandate.
Thank you. Thank you, and it's very interesting to hear about all those roles and important roles AEC is playing. And you mentioned toward the end that you are playing a role also in the nuclear power program. So my second question is into that regard. Is AEC currently ready and prepared to support Uganda's nuclear power program, and yes, why?
Yeah, the Uganda's nuclear power program came from a long way. Uganda, unlike many countries in Africa, is a country endowed with a lot of rain, a lot of sunshine, and different sources of energy. At the same time, we also have lots of minerals. Minerals range from precious rare minerals or high value minerals, which unfortunately are only extracted and sent away. So our biggest challenge now as a country is to try and find electricity, electrical energy, which is enough to power our industries. industries which can process the foodstuffs, industries which can process minerals which we are harvesting, and also industries which can handle infrastructure which is being developed by government. So we find that the electricity we are getting from hydro, which is now coming to about 2,000 megawatts, or solar or other forms of energy, geothermal and wind, is too little and unstable. So we believe the power from nuclear is going to help us meet the goal of government to set up industrial parks as a next stage of development in our country. So we are seriously preparing for that nuclear energy program for the country. So we have, like I said, our numbers have been growing. We have been now building or training our staff in nuclear power regulation, nuclear power technology, and nuclear power oversight. So out of these 60 staff I talked about, we have about master's level in nuclear power regulation and also nuclear power technology. So these people are going to make our lead team in regulating nuclear power program. We believe by the time the nuclear energy department has gone into higher levels, then we still have more people to build on so as to effectively regulate nuclear power program in the country.
And that is great to hear. And you mentioned that something very important, which is human resource development. Moving on, as you mentioned about the 2008 Atomic Energy Act, what's the latest development regarding the regulatory modeling?
Many things are happening now because after government took a decisive decision, the number of things have been done because we are doing all this in a constant consultation with the International Atomic Energy Agency. The International Atomic Energy Agency has been working closely with government and helping us or guiding us in this endeavor. Among those recommendations was, of course, to upgrade the existing Atomic Energy Act, because as you are aware, that act was primarily for ionizing radiation sources, radiation protection and safety. There was a section on atomic energy establishment and for production and what have you, but it was not as exhaustive. So recommendations were made about improving that, and the government took it on. And at the moment, a regulatory impact assessment started by the ministry, established that there is a need to strengthen some parts of the law, particularly that section 52 and 53, which involve nuclear power program. So these were adopted, and what has taken place is government set up interministerial body to review and look at principles where we can harmonize and improve on the law, taking interest of different ministries, different stakeholders in the country, so as to get an effective law taking care of nuclear energy promotion for power production and other necessary activities which arise thereabouts, like international obligations and what have you. So that one is on. It is at a high level government interministerial team with ministers is looking at that. And I think within not much long time, I think a bill should be prepared to try and upgrade our law to effectively take care of the nuclear power program.
Thank you, Dr. Kisolo. It's great to hear all those developments, and just to remind everybody that is listening that Uganda is planning to have its first nuclear power plant by 2031. So as a final question, are you looking forward to Uganda hosting AFNBP 2023, and what do you expect from it?
Well, sure, that is great. That's great. That's why I started by saying that thank you, AF Nuclear Business Platform, for coming in, because this is our goal. Uganda is prepared, and you are actually helping us to reach the African platform so that all other stakeholders in Africa can come and share the experience and guide our experts, both the promoter and the regulator, so that we can share the experience available within the Africa bloc. We can get all our experts from the countries in Africa who are ahead of us, and they'll be free to share. Of course, we also get the opportunity of meeting the experts, the vendors, the people who are promoting the technology. Okay, all those people are going to be here, and they are going to meet not only the experts in the country, but even the leaders and policymakers, and guide them on how these processes can best be done in the country, like it is done in other developed or other countries already, with the nuclear power program, with the nuclear reactors and things like that. So we are really very excited, because we are happy. And
yes, we are glad that we are of help to Uganda and also to all of Africa, because our goal, we thrive on helping Africa get their nuclear power programs going on, and in a broader term, the electrification of Africa. So it's our pleasure, and we are glad to be coming to Uganda in March. Thank you once again, Dr. Kisolo, for this enlightening discussion. We commend the vision of Uganda toward nuclear energy, and we wish you all the best for your nuclear power program. So for those who are keen to learn more about nuclear energy development in Africa, do attend the African Nuclear Business Platform in Uganda next March. As Dr. Kisolo was saying, it will be a melting pot for everyone to meet, and the conference will bring together all the key energy government stakeholders in Africa, and not just Uganda, but all the main countries in Africa, from Nigeria, Ghana, etc. All the African countries that have some intention of adopting nuclear energy would be present at the conference. And I hope it would be a great success for all the participants. So stay tuned for our next episode of NBP Hotseat.